We're out of lockdown and it's that time of year where I need to go and have all my medical tests, all of which happen in Sydney, which makes it a little tricky because it means that I can never really go that far from Sydney, which, you know, in the last 2 years is no problem at all. I can't go anywhere from anywhere. But, you know, I did find when I lived in London it was really difficult because the same level of healthcare was not available in London, and that to someone with a very difficult form of thyroid cancer to treat, well, it's not so much that, it's just that I'm difficult. I'm the one they talk about at medical conferences. So dealing with that with doctors who were not as skilled and a medical system that wasn't as good was tricky. So this week has been all about medical with a little bit of Nanowrimo on the side because apparently we're in November. That happened. I don't know when. I still feel like it's July. So this is Red Cow Farm in Sutton Forest. And this is one of my little new friends. Last time I was here it was autumn and there were no flowers and it was just beautiful red and orange trees. And this is such an amazing change. I desperately wanted to come back here at the beginning of spring but couldn't because of lockdown. But seeing they're releasing Sydney ciders in about a week or two and seeing I'm on my way up to Sydney, I thought I'd pop in. And it's perfect because nobody else is here, which means I can explore these beautiful gardens alone. Is so cool. Whatever that plant is, I want it in my garden. This whole place is like a dream garden. Like, I'm ready to move in. Anytime. Why am I wearing a hat inside, you say? Well, had a biopsy in my head, so I'm not allowed to brush my hair or wash my hair, and I have to put Vaseline in my hair, so that's why I'm wearing a hat inside. I'm also not allowed to put anything on my skin for a little while because I went to see a dermatologist about my mask allergy. And basically, if the cream she's given me doesn't work, I might have to have a face biopsy, and I scar terribly. So I'm not really very excited about that, but I am hopefully gonna get some answers finally as to why my skin is so reactive. Now that I'm back in the Bay, it's time to get on with the manuscript for book 4. And I mean, the urge to procrastinate is really strong. I'm very, very talented when it comes to procrastination. But I just really want to get on with this. I want to try and focus a little bit more, and I've said that 250,000 times and shown no evidence that that is in fact what I intend to do. So I'm going to try and make myself do some stuff now today, and apologies for the building noise in the background. Even though it's Saturday afternoon, you know, people are building around me. There's nothing I can do about it. So just is what it is, and I am going to try and focus on writing and try and do a lot this week, especially seeing as I don't really want to go outside with my matted, manky hair, which is super depressing because lockdown had finally finished, and so I was finally going to be able to get a haircut and like get my roots done, and now it's like, keep dreaming, pal, you gotta wait another couple of weeks. I'm at my parents' house in Sydney, and tomorrow I get the stitches removed from my head, so don't judge the unwashed, unbrushed hair because I can't. It's November 2nd, and this year I thought I might actually be able to do Nanowrimo. There's no bushfires, there's no COVID lockdown work disasters because I'm not working. I am, as inevitably always happens, technically still in editing mode. I'm waiting for my editor to send my manuscript back for book 3 and then finish that and get ready for publishing. And of course, because I say I'm going to do Nanowrimo, that means he's probably going to send it back to me tomorrow. But I thought maybe I would give it a crack. And I thought maybe I would start by working on something new and unrelated to the Phoenix series, just because I've been thinking a lot about it. But we'll see how we go. And I'm not going to try and get 50,000 words because it's day 2 and I haven't done anything, and it's currently 9 o'clock at night and I've just arrived in Sydney. So it looks unlikely that I'll get much done in the next few days, but let's just see how this goes. So typical. I had the idea at 12:30 when I was trying to go to sleep. So I wrote it to get it out of my head, and now it won't let me save. So things in Sydney didn't really work out the way I hoped they would. My excellent dermatologist was hopeful that if she took a biopsy of my head, that the hair loss that I've experienced since my thyroid cancer diagnosis would be fixable. Sadly, it turns out that it is a combination of 2 autoimmune diseases, which means that I am now on to my 4th or 5th autoimmune disease, and that it's permanent, which is very frustrating. So it seems like my immune system is just hyperactive. You know, I've had a number of health issues, so I mean, the difficulty is it's hard to know what you can do. So the last couple of days I've just tried to reduce my sugar content. I've tried to reduce any processed foods in my diet. I have started the Wim Hof breathing techniques and cold showers, which actually I feel pretty amazing after. And I'm doing some green juices and trying to drink multiple liters of lemon water every day to try and see if I focus on bringing down the inflammation in my body, if I can turn things around, because I mean, what else am I supposed to do? So Nanowrimo once again has been interrupted by something significant in life, but I'm going to plod on. I'm going to keep trying to refine my focus. I started working a little bit on Project Australia, and I've been listening to a lot of podcasts about authorly things, and they all say the things that I already know, like don't expect to ever sell any books if you're not marketing from the get-go, but in the same breath, you do better if you have a back catalogue of books, but don't not market your books, which is basically what I'm doing. So I'm not marketing my books. I'm not paying for any marketing. I'm basically just doing this because it is something that I want to do, something that I enjoy doing, and I will look at advertising down the track. But I just kind of feel like I need to have a few books out before I start doing that, because I think otherwise with a series there's not much point in advertising if you haven't at least got a few books out in the series, because otherwise it's really frustrating for readers if they start a series and then it never finishes, or it takes 200 years to finish. So I mean, I know I'm going against all the advice out there and don't do what I'm doing, but you know, you've got to do what works for you and what feels best for you. I am also trying to decide what I want this channel to become. I feel like this happens every end of year. I am trying to find a way to make AuthorTube and BookTube more interesting. I know that there are a lot of people that really enjoy straight AuthorTube, BookTube content, but I'm not one of those people. And therefore that makes making videos very difficult, and I also find it difficult because, particularly because this year I haven't written as much as I thought I would, but I've been through some shit this year and last year and every year. We're human, this is just life. But I feel like because of all of that stuff, I'm not writing fast enough to make enough content that is interesting. And lately I haven't been reading anything at all because of all the stuff that's been going on and some family dramas. And because I was in editing mode, I just can't read and be heavy in editing mode at the same time. I just can't do it. So to be determined, and I just feel like I need to work out a way to put it together in a way that is enjoyable for me to do, and I feel like creates interesting videos, because otherwise what's the point? So let me know below in the comments what kind of things you enjoy seeing in videos, and that will kind of help me determine where I'm going to go and what I want to see. And some of it obviously does depend on what's happening going forward. I have my rental inspection actually in a couple of days, and the owner is coming down as part of the inspection. And I'm really hoping that she'll see that I have not trashed this house and she'll let me have a dog, because, you know, living alone, things go bump in the night, and it's usually some weird thing in the fridge making a funky noise. It always sounds like there's an ice cube dropping from the top to the bottom, and there's not. And it would just be nice to have a dog in the house again and to feel secure, and I would like to do some road trips and things like that. Ideally with a dog. I love the idea of van life, although I'm totally scared of a John Jarrett situation. And Wolf Creek, but I don't really know kind of what's around the corner. I don't have a firm plan for what I want to happen in the next few months. And every day I'm kind of, you know, have these big plans for writing, but you know, there's just been so much else happening. So it just is what it is, and I hope you've found some of the videos interesting.